It was a desperate plea. A mother, tears streaming down her face, begged for the safe return of her two little boys. The nation watched in horror as Susan Smith stood before the cameras, claiming a stranger had taken her children. But what if the truth was darker than anyone could have imagined? It was the evening of October 25, 1994. Susan Smith, a 23-year-old mother from Union, South Carolina, drove her Mazda protege through the quiet streets of town. In the back seat, her two sons, 3-year-old Michael and 14-month-old Alex, were strapped into their car seats, completely unaware of what was about to happen. Moments later, Susan frantically knocked on a stranger's door. She was crying, breathless. She told them an unimaginable story. A black man had hijacked her car at gunpoint, forcing her out and speeding away with her children inside. Her voice shook as she spoke to police. The nation rallied behind her, praying for a miracle. For 9 days, law enforcement searched tirelessly. Roadblocks were set up, helicopters scanned the area, and volunteers combed the streets. But something about Susan's story didn't add up. Investigators noticed inconsistencies. Why had she waited so long to report the crime? Why did her timeline of events change? And most chilling of all, why did she fail a polygraph test? Then, on November 3, 1994, the truth unraveled. Under pressure from investigators, Susan broke down and confessed. There was no carjacker, there was no kidnapping. The truth was far more horrifying. On that October night, Susan Smith drove to John D. Long Lake. She stepped out of the car, put it in neutral, and watched as her vehicle, her two young sons still inside, began rolling down the boat ramp. As the cold, dark waters swallowed the car, Michael and Alex's cries faded into the night. The reason? Susan's affair with a wealthy man, Tom Finley. He had made it clear he wasn't interested in a woman with children. And so, in a twisted act of desperation, she sacrificed her own flesh and blood for the hope of a new life. Susan Smith was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder. During her trial, the defense argued that she suffered from severe mental illness and a troubled past, but the jury was unmoved. On July 22, 1995, she was convicted and sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 30 years. As of today, she remains behind bars, but the scars of her crime still haunt the small town of Union, South Carolina. Michael and Alex Smith would have been grown men today, perhaps with families of their own. Instead, their lives were stolen by the one person meant to protect them. What drives a mother to commit such an unthinkable act? Was it desperation, mental illness, or pure selfishness? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more true crime stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and remember, sometimes the most dangerous people are the ones closest to us.